All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Well, good morning, rise and grind, and welcome back to the Big Mig Show. I'm your host, Lance Migliaccio, with my co-host, George Ballantine. It's tip of the spear, edge of the knife. You know how we do it on this show. We go after everybody, covering the top news stories from all around the globe. Of course, great interviews, lots of other things we try to do on the show. If you love the show, if you're here for the first time, don't be shy. Get in the chat. Hit that, punch that follow button. Hit the subscribe button. If you can do the $5 subscription, fantastic. At a minimum, on our breaks, take the live link, share it far and wide. Do what you can to help us promote the show. Of course, you can take the short form, the long form. We want you to share it all around. George B., what's up, my bro? How are you, man?
I'm good. You sound a little like, I'm not going to say tired, not spunky. I don't know. That's what I'm using.
I made
you
an
don't seem
appointment. I've
spunky.
got cough that's been nagging at me, and maybe it's part of that. You know, I've been sleeping.
Yeah, how long have you had this cough for, Lance?
Off and on for a while.
Come on.
I don't know. I honestly don't.
Months?
Yeah, probably.
Months. Finally, people, after me getting on his ass and ragging him,
Yeah, I'm
he
stubborn.
made an appointment.
I hate going to the doctor. I freaking hate it.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, if you'd rather be sick, but I don't want it to affect us and the viewers, but your non-spunkiness today.
Yeah, that's
Just
a good
saying.
point. I think it's.
I'm looking out for the Big Mig Mafia and the Big Mig Army out there. They want to see Lance all spunkied out and stuff, you know?
Well, I've been training really hard, so that's part of it. I think probably really beating myself up, really getting back in shape, and it's working really well. Been dropping weight like crazy, gaining back muscle. My strength's way up, so it's good. I'm happy. I'm kind of back in there and just doing what I should have been doing for a long time. I don't know why I stayed out as long as I did, but my shoulder was really bothering me. It is what it is. Okay, listen, now, if you love the show, like I said, hit the follow button. Of course, if you'd like to sponsor the show, you can hit us up at info@thebigmig.com. That's right, info@thebigmig.com. We're always looking for great products for our client base, our listener base, with good deals. And of course, you got to give a shout out to our regular sponsors, Genesis Gold Group. They've been with us longest. They're our go-to guys for any kind of investment in bullion, IRA, regular investment, or just need to grab a few prepper bars. And that's what we're promoting today, the 62.2 gram prepper bar, perforated and very easily broken down in your choice of 3 separate denominations. You can see when I tilt the bar, there's a small, a medium, and large. Of course, doesn't matter whether it's for asset protection from inflation, diversification, economic turmoil, or in the case of the prepper bar, it's a very unique utility for barter and trade because you can make a payment. What are you going to do with a 1 ounce gold coin or a 1 ounce silver coin? At the prices they are now, you need a way to make a smaller payment. And that is what the prepper bar is all about. Having some of these in your bullion stock makes a lot of sense. They're a perfect gift for everybody out there, not just preppers, not just precious metal lovers out there, grandkids, children, husbands, wives, girlfriends, you name it. Great product to have in hand. And of course, they're mined and minted in the great US of A, and they're always selling out fast. They've got them in stock. I just checked with Jonathan Rose yesterday. They just got a new supply in, so they had run out, and they've got them back in. They come with an asset report. So if anybody made an order and you didn't get your order yet, they're going to be shipping out orders today. Fits neatly in your wallet. Of course, their utility enables use in any situation. Head over to genesisgoldgroup.com. I'm going to give it to you one more time. genesisgoldgroup.com. Or you can call them at 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Don't forget to tell them the Big Mig Show sent you. You'll get a special promotion discount. That's right, genesisgoldgroup.com.
Oh, that's my cue. Break me off a piece of that prepper bar. Rat Dog, if your thing is buffering, it is not us. I just checked all my CPU usage, GPU usage, and Rumble and everything, so it's going fine on our end. I think it's just, they're trying to suppress us, man. I
Yeah,
think it's happening.
wouldn't surprise me. This is one of the very few shows, if not one of the only ones, that will go after everybody. You know, we don't blindly follow anybody. I want them to deliver on the promises that were made during the campaign. I'm looking for the government gangster arrests, the deep state wipeout. Still waiting for it. I'm not going to hold my breath because you'd be asking for Blue Boy. All right. Well, look, everything's for sale in the United States.
Is it?
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're going to be covering. I do have a set the mood though that I want to share with everybody. But everything's for sale, and it seems like even the scammy stuff. Turns out it looks like birthright citizenship is for sale, and Trump is going to demand a SCOTUS rehearing because they're advertising the sale. That's right. They're giving discounts for people that want to come over here and have their child here in the United States. Of course, the Chinese are doing it. The Hispanics are doing it. And why wouldn't they when you can buy it for $4,000? That's right. American citizenship for sale for $4,000. This is unbelievable.
It was 4?
4K is where it starts.
Oh, I thought it was 10. But all right.
So
all right.
before we kick it off, you guys have been watching, World Cup. I thought this was really cool. Does everybody out there remember Techno Viking? Remember how viral that went for the guy that was like this bearded Viking looking dude, and all of a sudden the techno music started, he's dancing. It went huge. The guy went huge. I actually saw him on social media not too long ago. I was going to reach out, see if I could get him on the show and have him do a show with us. Techno Viking. Well, somebody decided to update Techno Viking, and I think they were right over the target. This one's good, man. Have you seen this, George?
I have.
All right, let's crank it up. Let's get the mood going, George. Let's crank it up.
Get you going. Well, if you don't wake up from that, then something's wrong with you.
Of course, Techno Viking updated with Norway's favorite striker. He's taken off, man. He's gone quite viral, hasn't he? He's an interesting character, this guy, man. I like him.
He is.
I got to say, I'm not a huge soccer guy, but I'm kind of rooting for Norway. I know I shouldn't be. I should be rooting for the U.S., but I kind of like the way he's been playing. All right. Well, this Texas hospital just got caught.
You know what, Lance? Hold on. Let me just... All the people that are, especially specifically in chat, I'm listening to what you're saying about if it's not playing or this and that. So it's imperative that on your computer, you delete your cache and delete your browsing history. That's just for starters. On your phone, the same. Or else it's going to take up so much space. If you don't know, like, they try to keep so much cache cookies on you, so you got to clear that shit out. Make sure the apps are updated. You won't have these issues. So,
all right. That's a technical announcement from George Ballantyne.
It's free advice.
Computer technician. And believe me, his advice is good. He gives me a lot of advice. I try to follow most of it, especially on technical stuff. All right, look, I don't think these guys are the only ones, but this Texas hospital just got caught red-handed advertising birth packages in Mexico to convince foreigners to have babies in America. Governor Greg Abbott orders an investigation, but believe me, they are not the only ones doing it. We've heard stories about this in China, where they're advertising birthright citizenship packages in China. You come over here, you have your baby. Your baby is now a U.S. citizen. You go back and you raise them in the CCP with a CCP education. And then when the time comes right, they come back over, they're a citizen, and of course, we're infiltrated. So this South Texas hospital just got caught advertising across the border to take advantage of the U.S. birthright citizenship laws. Shame on you, SCOTUS. So they're under fire, profiting on America's ridiculous birthright citizenship policy. And it is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, especially when you see this kind of thing going on. So the hospital is promoting deliveries. They got a discount starting at $3,950 for a natural birth and $5,520 for a C-section.
Can I stop you right there?
Sure.
Ladies that are out there watching or listening and in the chat, can you please tell me if you had to go and deliver a baby at a hospital and you didn't have insurance, how much would you have to pay, being that you're an American citizen? I mean, I don't know what the rates are. Just you got it's. I mean, $39.50 for having a baby, natural birth. That's kind of cheap, ain't it?
Seems cheap to me. It seems below market. But maybe they're giving a discount. You know, I mean, maybe you're paying pesos. But a C-section is $5,525, and I guarantee a C-section here in the United States. Oh yeah, no way. There's no way it's only $5,000. Anybody out there had a C-section? Not that I'm trying to put your personal info out. Anybody know anybody that had a C-section? I'd like to hear if they didn't have insurance, what the bill for that was. So this Mission Regional Medical Center later claimed that this was all a misunderstanding and claimed they had backed off. Just a misunderstanding, George, just selling out American citizenships.
Interesting.
Have a baby, get a passport. Yep. Well, this is what happens. This is when you have a Congress that doesn't have common sense, when they don't give a shit about the country or the people. Forget politics, right? You got to get your head out of that Republican Democrat game. You just got traitors and patriots. That's it.
You know what's amazing?
Congress right now, I'd put them on the traitor side predominantly because they don't want to pay attention to the Constitution. They don't think that's the supreme law of the land. Just like, I got to be honest, the majority of our judiciary doesn't think that it's the supreme law of the land. You've seen these weaponized Biden, Obama judges, even a few Trump judges, acting like the supremacy clause doesn't apply. Making up laws on the fly. Why? Political bias. That's why. George, you were going to say something. I didn't mean to step on you.
No. That's fine. So Mission Hospital is denying that this billboard was in Mexico. Denying it. But funny, though, you know, Myra Flores, she's from Texas. She used to be a congresswoman, I believe, and she might be still running, whatever. But she took that picture I put up, and it'll be in this video in a second. She took that picture herself.
Oh.
She was there. The billboard was in Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico.
So you're saying it is not AI?
No.
Okay. We have an AI, non-AI confirmation directly from the person that took the photo. So let's be clear. Birth tourism is an illegal practice. Of course, they're exploiting the extraordinarily hospitality of the United States and Texas. Of course, foreign travelers each year, thousands of foreign travelers come to the United States under false pretenses to give birth and secure citizenship for their children. Yeah, it's been going on for forever. And the truth of the matter is, it's a loophole. It shouldn't be going on. Because let's not forget, this costs the country billions. And that's not money going into our citizens. That's money going into people that falsified to become citizens. And American citizenship, my statement here from the Big Mig Show, it should not be for sale, SCOTUS. And I think anybody that's advertising like this should definitely be charged. There's no doubt. George, I guess you got a couple of good pictures.
Well, you put the pictures up, but I have the video. And it has the
let's play
pictures
the video. I want to see this.
Billboards. You can pay $3,950 if you want to have birth naturally, make your child a U.S. citizen.
Are you kidding?
Your foreign board C-section, $5,525. I spoke with Ken Paxton on this, and he showed me pictures where there are houses in Texas that look residential. So it could be your neighbor's house, and you go inside the house, and there are rows of bassinets where Chinese women are coming, giving birth to a child, then going back to the Chinese Communist Party, educating their child there, and they have U.S. citizenship, which could amount to more than 1 million new voters in this country over time.
Only a stupid nation would allow this to happen. They also have a website, havemybabyintexas.com. By the way, this big border advertising right there is miles away from the border. So their audience are people that are crossing back and forth. And by the way, if you think it's just Mexicans no, that's just a checkpoint right there. People are traveling from all across the world to come to Mexico to go pregnant. They could have their baby here in the state of Texas. And, you know, as a result of that, their kids are going to be American citizens. Congress has to codify this law.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
So I just Googled what a C-section costs without insurance in the United States. And the cost, depending on what part of the country you're in, is anywhere from $22,000 to $72,000. 22 to 72,000. That's without complications. Complication can send you easily over 100,000, 150,000. So it's a pretty good deal at $52.50, George. It's kind of a bargain.
I mean, yeah, it's really cheap. 22,000. I coming from thinking about hospital, 22,000 sounds even cheap. The way they charge these days.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the rooms, the doctors, the nurses, whatever, all the stuff they give you, and then it's like it's a surgery.
So they're denying this billboard was in Mexico, but we've got confirmation that in fact it is in Mexico or was in Mexico. I don't know if it's been taken down yet. And the actual location was Reynosa,
I said it
Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas? Is that right? Tamaulipas?
I think I said that already.
Yeah. Yep. Well, there you go.
Interesting,
right?
I'd be shocked if SCOTUS retakes this case. Unless they have new information to fight it, maybe they take it. I mean, how often does SCOTUS take back a case?
They usually don't like to do that because they have to refute it. But this is a clear-cut case of something being turned that might have been a
I wonder who makes a decision if they're going to take up the case. I wonder how that works. Do they all vote on it again? The justices?
No idea. It's so rare to hear a story like this. But of course, Donald Trump's been right about it all along. And it wasn't what it was supposed to be. It's just that they found a loophole and they're using the loophole. And that loophole should be frozen up. It should be seized up and not allowed.
They said Congress, they said they're going to try to take this back up and get the law changed. So,
yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see if that happens, but
How
will Senate react? I mean, we're down a vote because Mitch McConnell is probably brain dead in a hospital.
But he always was.
Pretty much, but I mean, God forbid. I think this year they have an election, right? They're just trying to hold out. It doesn't even matter. Like he's not around. He's not going to be voting anyway. Can they put somebody in interim?
Dianne Feinstein, if it was like Dianne Feinstein, they'll just act like he voted.
They'll wheel him like they wheeled Jimmy Carter to go vote. Remember, dude was on the thing, fucking dead, like this, dead, and they're wheeling him to vote. Dude was like that, dead.
Yeah,
when we talk about dead voter rolls,
it was Weekend at Bernie's.
Jimmy Carter is it.
Weekend at Jimmy Carter's.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. Bernie's. They're going to do the same thing with McConnell. They'll have his hand on a little piece of puppet string. He'll be like, all the ayes, McConnell will go like this. All the nays, yeah. Yeah, but that's the nature of our congressional members, right? If you guys haven't figured out yet that these are just a bunch of snakes, I'm not saying there aren't a handful of them.
Snakes in the grass?
Yeah, they're scum. All right, tell me about this ballistic missile strike.
Well, ceasefire's over, bro. I don't know if we said that. I know Trump has kind of said it, but so
excuse me.
Don't you have one of them like mute pedals you got? I know you got one of them.
Yeah, I do, but
put
I
it to
didn't reach
use.
it fast enough.
You got a what?
I didn't hit it fast enough.
Oh. So for all that may not know this, the U.S. has their 5th fleet in Bahrain. I know because I was there, visited them. And so Iran shot some ballistic missile strikes towards Bahrain. I don't think they were successful. I don't even think there's audio with this. It's only 4 seconds. I'm just going to play and I'm going to continue because there's more stuff to go. That was Bahrain yesterday. But now it's getting better. So I think they even shot missiles toward what country they shot this morning or last night? It was another one. I don't know if it was Jordan they said or something, but so what is Trump going to do? You got to respond with kind, but even forget about kind. You got to respond harder. Should never I don't think we should ever did the ceasefire, but I understand why Trump had to do it, to try to at least be the guy that tries to make peace, which is, I commend him for it. But, Lance, allegedly they, some of the bombs they bombed some bridges again, and then they bombed near their nuclear power plant. I don't know if they hit it, but
well, they say that they're calling it a power plant and bridge day, which they're saying that'd be devastation if he does that. I don't know what he's waiting for on the power plants. I've said it all along that they're still mining Bitcoin. The power plant should be hit. Take them out. Take out the power grid right now.
I mean, they could have solar backup. Here's the thing, and we have said this on the show multiple times, both Lance and myself. If you have a ceasefire, but you don't know who you truly have a ceasefire with, who's really running the country? Because you could have the Iranian president, the Ayatollah, but is the IRGC, the generals, really doing this? So how could you make a deal? And that's what Trump has actually started saying now. Maybe maybe he listened to us. I don't freaking know.
Did he watch the show? Because we've been telling Trump that he's not negotiating with. In fact, if you don't have the Basij, the IRGC, and the current Khomeini leadership all at the table at the same time, you got jack shit. You got nothing. You got air.
I don't know. So U.S. forces, this come from CENTCOM. They said they struck approximately 90 military targets, including air defense systems, coastal surveillance assets, missile and drone storage sites. Allegedly, they hit the factory where they make the drone parts and stuff.
Well, that would be good.
Which is pretty cool. We got this video.
It took so long to do that.
I got this video.
Commander. So because either these guys don't control it or they're just talking out of both sides of their mouth, but they refuse, as of this hour, they refuse to give up their gradual control of the strait, which is going to be a fee and toll system. And if you look at the memorandum, the MOU, it says that they're going to be managing this strait. We're not going to allow it. And that's fundamentally what happens. They hit 3 ships and they have absorbed 150 shots.
So part of the problem.
So Lance, I know you said this to me. So Rat Dog, gas went from 321 to 369. Now you told me, you called me last night just to tell me, what was your gas price went to?
I watched, there was a place that had gas at like 322 or something here. That was the cheapest one I'd seen. And it was up to 370, almost 50 cents in one day.
Yeah, that's almost like, 48 cents. Yeah, almost same shit,
Yep.
right? No, 38. Wait.
Just a ton of money. I mean, that's a lot. That's a big jump, but that's the same thing. We talked about the price fixing of these big oil companies. The second there's anything, and that's the other thing that I think Donald Trump really needs to take a hard look at. So just in case the administration is watching, they do occasionally watch our show. We've heard it from people in the administration. Maybe you guys need to take a look at who is going long on oil or going short on oil on the international exchanges and commodities exchanges. Because, of course, what a way for Iran to make money. Let's say that they have an account in maybe in an offshore entity, and they know that when they make a strike, that oil goes up. Why wouldn't they be shorting and going long? Why wouldn't they be doing both? And imagine the amount of money they could be making if the plays they're making are for exorbitant amounts of money. They would know in advance of anything they were doing. So the administration had to take a hard look. I'll bet you they're making tons of money. They're not as concerned about some stuff. Could you imagine if they were making shorts and long plays with tens of millions of dollars? Can you imagine the upside they would be getting? So you better take a hard look at that, administration. You better see what they're doing on international commodities exchanges, because they know when they're going to pull the trigger. They know when they're going to talk about ceasefire. Of course, they're controlling the price of international oil.
Futures is ridiculously volatile right now. And Rat Dog knows her shit about that stuff. So.
Yeah. Think about, Rat Dog, think about the opportunity of the Iranians knowing when they're going to fire, when they're going to hit a boat in the Strait of Hormuz, when they're going to say, oh, we're ready to come to the table. They can just ripsaw that oil commodities price up and down. And
can they though? Isn't there sanctions that they can't be doing anything right now though?
I mean, do we know for a fact that we know that they don't have any international commodities brokerage accounts where they're trading on these moves?
I mean, if
they
are and they find out, they're going to get in big trouble. But Trump actually posted this video on his True Social account. And I says that since Lance did set the mood, and I'm going to have to take care of some rights for the music. Might as well do this one too. What the hell? But look at it, it's pretty funny. Bum, 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 Iran. Throw some rocks, tell the Ayatollah gonna put you in a box. The country's got a feeling really hit the ceiling. Old Uncle Sam's getting pretty hot. Time to turn Iran into a fucking So, Ultra
Only
Mag Girl.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, hold on. Ultra Mag Girl 45. You got that right. So Iran's probably ended with the deep state are trying to keep this going, and so the gas prices do go up and hurt the Republicans in the midterms. But guess what? All Trump's got to do is just bomb the fucking shit out of him and end it, just like that with them. Nope, no more playing games. No more. Let's try another ceasefire, peace up. No, just get it done and over with. They could do it in a couple weeks, and then we'd be fine for the midterms. Imagine we had, and take Carg Island, and we get percentage of the oil that's sold out of Iran from now till eternity. There you go. What do you think? I think it sounds good. Wouldn't you want to do that, Lance? We should get compensated somehow.
I want to add shutting down their Bitcoin mining, though.
That's Lance. When I said obliterate Iran, that's everything.
Yeah, well, I wanted to throw that in there just in case.
Okay.
The administration seems to be ignoring that.
President Trump, make sure you dismantle their Bitcoin mining for Lance, please. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
appreciate
seriously. You get your ass in gear. Let's go.
Yep.
All right.
This is huge.
Missouri voters.
Huge.
Making a good move. Who?
Huge. This is huge, Lance. Can you believe Missouri? And we're here sitting here in these freaking liberal states. They're going to phase out income tax. Florida doesn't have state income tax. Listen to this. They have a budget surplus of $2.1 billion.
In Florida, yeah.
Turns out, Lance, that when you cut fraud and NGO money laundering, you can save billions of dollars.
Surprise, surprise. You mean that fraud saves, when you stop fraud, it saves you money, George?
Yeah, and then you have more money to give to your citizens. So look at that.
Hard to believe.
Imagine all the homeless vets we can get off the streets and help them, and all the people that are just struggling. Be interesting. So this is August 4th. Missouri voters will consider Amendment 5, which requires lawmakers to cut the 4.7 top income tax rate based on revenue growth until it's gone, while allowing sales tax expansions and local tax adjustments that protect school funding. Let me see. I wonder if when this goes to vote, I'd like to know if anybody votes no, who they are and what's their reasoning. I really would. And what's the I'd like to know how many people voted yes and no and who the no people are, because it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
They're saying this could potentially save households an annual $3,000 savings.
Wow. You know that goes back into the economy too, because people have extra money to spend.
Right.
I mean, look, taxes, income tax was never supposed to be permanent. It wasn't supposed to be at a state or federal level. It never was. That was never the plan with income tax. It was supposed to be temporary. Of course, they made it permanent because the Federal Reserve loves to get paid. And that's what the IRS is, the collection arm for the Federal Reserve. That's why you
What are you talking about? State income tax goes to the government.
No, but I'm talking about federal income tax. I kind of segued there.
But federal income tax goes to the government too. Well, how does it go to Federal Reserve? It doesn't.
It pays the interest on the Federal Reserve. You have to do the historicals on it.
Okay, interest. Even if we didn't have federal income tax.
Get rid of the Federal Reserve and watch the savings.
Oh, yeah. We have to get rid of that.
Get rid of the Federal Reserve and watch
and
the
savings. Imagine paying down our debt. Oh, my God. What?
Yeah. Imagine paying back the Social Security. The $2.78 or $9 trillion the U.S. government owes Social Security. All your family members that are on Social Security, they get a raise.
All right, here's a video from the governor saying it. So, who's in Missouri? Does anybody live in Missouri in the chat? I think somebody does. One of our mods, I think.
You know, trying to let Missourians keep more of their money and let them make a decision on how to spend it versus an elected official, I think is paramount to how an economy moves forward. And so for 18 months, we went around the state saying, we know how to get our economy going. We know how to grow our population. The way to do that is to give relief to our citizens through tax relief. And so our plan to eliminate the state income tax took about a year to develop. A lot of people were very involved in it, including the economists at the White House and multiple national people on how to do it responsibly so you don't lose any services for first responders, education, et cetera. But you also put $9 billion annually back into Missourians' pockets to spend. We were able to get that proposal through the House and Senate this year, and now it's on the ballot in August for Missourians to vote on whether they think it's appropriate, because it is in our Constitution, so we do have to have a constitutional measure, what I'm fine with. but we think it makes us competitive with other states. And you know all the states, you can list them, I can too, and you can see how their populations are growing without imposing a tax on their people. And we think it's about time to rewrite our almost 100-year tax code, which was developed in 1931. So if you put those two things together, the solution can be Missourians having more disposable income to spend as they see fit.
So Lance, one of our mods, and I thought so, it just Skunk 71. She lives in Missouri, and she's saying it's a bad bill. But she's saying they will raise other tax and add new taxes. It's a rotten bill. They will raise other tax and add new taxes. I don't know. You never know. Keep it red. Maybe they won't.
I don't know.
Me either. I don't live in that state.
That's too bad.
I didn't read the whole. I mean, it could be. I haven't read the whole bill, so
yeah.
I mean, what's the point of getting rid of one tax and then just adding another? That's like doing the old okie doke.
Could be. Let's talk about the Arizona Supreme Court.
We're going to go to
George.
break, bro. Break.
Oh, we're going to go to break. All right. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Arizona Supreme Court. Delivers a crushing blow to those jerk-offs in Maricopa. You're going to want to hear this one. Of course, stay tuned for the Big Mig Show. We'll be right back with George Valentine, Lance Migliaccio. Doing what we do. It's rise and grind, tip of the spear. Stay tuned. And while we're on the break, take the live link, share it far and wide. Tell everybody to get over here to the Big Mig Show because we're dropping the bombs that mainstream media won't. We'll be right back.
I'm unstoppable. Don't go nowhere.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here we host Lance Migliaccio. George Ballantine, Big McMuffin, the chatting army out there. Yo, I always tell you, if you're out there watching and listening, if you can come join us chat, I'll give you a shout out. Always looking for new people. And if you can, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, like, follow, share. And if you can hit the subscribe, $5 a month, we truly appreciate it. Every little bit helps. Mainly your support, just being here helps. We truly, truly appreciate it. And this is why I want to give you a little something for the people that can't watch their crypto 24/7. We got the perfect solution here. I'm talking about Block Trust IRA. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. The exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7, analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. This sophisticated technology, once reserved only for Wall Street insiders, and now it's available to you. And it's no surprise this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. And clients, our clients, are already seeing over 250% returns on their investment, all military-grade security, up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR code is on the screen. Take a screenshot. Links in the chat. Links in the more section on the video. We got you covered. All you got to do is check it out. And if you ever have any questions about this, anything, advertising, sponsor, whatever, you can email Lance and myself at info@thebigmig.com. We got you covered. All right, we're going to Maricopa. Probably they're in the top 3 corrupt counties in this country when it comes to elections. Arizona Supreme Court delivers crushing blow to Maricopa Board of Supervisors. Okay, what'd they do? They ended up Court of Appeals stay that reinstated a Superior Court's injunctions with modifications that returned election administration responsibilities of the county's elections back to the county recorder, Justin Heap. Now, they're all corrupt, even the recorder, because we've seen how they do their elections in Maricopa County. So I don't care if it's the Board of Supervisors, the whatever, the state election board, they're just all corrupt, and specifically Maricopa County as a whole. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, here's what's interesting. So the Board of Supervisors, their argument was that they had been actually given a stay with it, was that the budgetary and administrative authority permitted it because they were making the payment that they could assign anybody they wanted to function as the board-appointed elections director. That basically, because they were making the payment, they argued that they had the ability to assign anybody they wanted, which, of course, not that they're not cheating enough already, but that would have made it even worse. But the court reaffirmed that the board has a non-discretionary duty to fund the recorder's necessary expenses and may not use budgetary control to displace the duties assigned by law to the recorder or to an officer acting under the recorder's authority. So the court also addressed election timing concerns. It recognized that the court should exercise caution before altering election procedures to close an election, particularly while early voting for the 2026 primary election is underway. It did conclude that those concerns do not replace Arizona's stay analysis or determine which is official as a legal authority. Now, again, the reason this is a big deal is because they were just going to stick somebody in there to cheat even more. Maricopa, one of the worst. One of the places I expected that when the administration came into place, we'd see lots of arrests and a lot of people getting snatched up out of, but so far, not enough. It's a good win, but it's only short term. It doesn't give us the solution we need, which is arrests for the prior election. George,
hold on. I got to give a shout out because there's somebody new in the chat. Bad Strat, what's up? Welcome to the chat and show. Yeah, I know it's tough to buy gold or anything right now, but you know, sometimes people just spend a little money in crypto or whatever and put that aside because it will go up. But listen, I'm right there with you, guy. Things are tough. All right, flock cameras. I haven't seen any flock cameras in my area, but this is actually becoming a big concern, Lance, because they're coming up in all these different states, and they say they're supposed to be used for license plate readers. Well, that's a bunch of hogwash because you can see cameras where somebody's walking, they're tracking them. I mean, they're not driving, they don't have a license plate, and it's just so much. And like, you know, China does that, and China is a communist country. And how this is being allowed to use and
they're using them in the UK too a lot,
and infringe on our rights is crazy. But I'm going to show you a video. This just happened in Houston because some people are cutting them down. You have to be careful though. But I'm going to show you what's going on in Houston. But then we're going to show you solution or what not to do. You know what I mean? But let me just show you this video so you can see what's going on.
This camera has been cut down, completely sprayed over with an American flag on it. And not far away, there's another flock camera on the ground as well. HPD says it's investigating this, but so far, there are more questions than answers. These cameras, meant to help solve crimes, now becoming the target of one, both cut in half and covered in spray paint.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the cameras were there until you actually pointed that out.
Juan Rodriguez's business, Spar Houston, is located by Washington Avenue and Westcott, where this happened. These are flock cameras, meant to read license plates and alert police if they're connected to crimes. Rodriguez says he didn't see who did this, but he's left wondering why they did.
That's what it sounds like it would be, somebody just protesting, their rights are being violated or something like that.
Flock cameras have been used in the city of Houston since 2021, according to the company. The Houston Police Department tells us they were notified these cameras were damaged on the morning of July 4th. As far as the repair costs, HPD says it depends on who is responsible for these specific cameras. While some cameras are installed through city contracts, others are done with neighborhoods or private groups that choose to share footage with police. HPD couldn't confirm who was responsible for these cameras, only saying this is an ongoing investigation. ABC 13 reached out to Flock asking if they were aware of this situation and what the repair process would look like. They didn't answer those questions, but did say, quote, damaging public safety equipment is illegal and puts the community at risk, which is why we strongly condemn this type of behavior. As far as how often something like this happens, Flock says overall they see very few reports of vandalism. Sarah Alshaik, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Yeah. So, Lance, now, I don't encourage anybody to cut them down. But here's a video. You can thank me later, everybody. Pay attention, because this is what you do not want to do. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to break the law here, but I got yous.
Leave flock cameras alone. There's no need to label all the flock cameras in your area. And don't put plastic bags over them either, because all that does is cost the company time and money. Grow up. I know that you can use a $50 high-powered blue or green laser like this one to permanently blind flock cameras, but come on, guys. Why? Definitely do not use the camera map on dflock.org to find cameras, approach them from behind on foot with a spray paint extender, and spray them. And if you do that, at least make sure that you have your phone in your pocket so we can identify you using the Bluetooth and 5G. There is no reason to spend $20 on a hard hat and high visibility vest and then buy a $30 Sawzall with diamond tip blades to cut down the entire pole. That's because the cameras and solar panels are clamped with a simple 8mm socket, so you're just doing too much. The cameras have about 12 hours of backup battery, so they will be transmitting Bluetooth and 5G that we can use to track you. So under no circumstances should you put the camera inside of a Faraday bag while the battery runs itself out and then break them down for parts, because that would prevent us from finding you, and nobody wants that. If you do any of these things, it's important that you do not buy a pair of Vader facial recognition blocking glasses, because then it would be impossible for us to identify you and charge you with a class 4 misdemeanor, which is typically just community service or a small fine. And for the love of God, do not attend your city council meetings and demand that they cancel your city's flock contract. We need these cameras. Peter Thiel is a benevolent overlord, and we should all be grateful that he loves us enough to keep us safe. Grow up.
The great part of this is you can go back and rewatch that as many times as you need to.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right.
I wonder, those lasers, does that really work? You point a laser to it?
I'm sure, but again, the laser has to be pointing the whole time.
And you got to wear a mask. And it's interesting. I didn't know this.
The Vader glasses are interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know this though. It's when they'll pick up your Bluetooth on your phone.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, nowadays,
hold on. How is that just reading license plates if it's scanning all that information?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe you should ask Peter Thiel.
Pew pew to the back does a job too. Yeah, but if you need a sound suppressor because it makes a lot of noise.
Yeah.
It does work.
All right. This is kind of an interesting story. Tall Law and Order. This is the tallest cop in America, Jordan Wilmore, 7'3" tall.
In America or Texas?
This is in a Kemah Police Department in Texas. And I guess Shaq actually kind of gave him a shout out. And Shaq saying he's promised him a custom patrol car so he can fit in it because he doesn't really fit that well in the patrol cars. Shaq's going to give him a custom patrol. Look at the size of this dude. You get pulled over by this guy and you're thinking bad thoughts. I bet you rethink it when this 7'3" cop walks up to your window and you're looking at it. You're looking at his belt as he walks up to your window.
Yeah, they say he's a gentle giant, but hey, it was his dream, right? I mean, good for him.
Yeah. Take a look. Let's play the video.
And good
man.
for
Look at
Shaq.
the size of this freaking guy.
Yeah, here we go.
Kemah City Hall. He is
awesome.
officially joining the department after graduating from the police academy and passing his state licensing exam. He's a big guy. At 7 feet 3 inches tall, Wilmore is believed to be one of the tallest, if not the tallest, police officer in the country.
Awesome.
Now, we first introduced you to him last fall as a police cadet as he worked toward his dream of serving the community.
I mean, I didn't really just become a police officer just to arrest people and, go look for this, but I just wanted to be the community officer as well.
How about that? Now, while he was preparing for his exam, he got encouragement and a visit from NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. We all love Shaq. Wilmore will officially be on the streets of Kemah as an officer starting on Friday. We wish him the very best.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Good for him. Good for Shaq, too, for going to get him his own personal police car.
What kind of car he's going to get him? Is he going to get him like a Hellcat and have it customized, move the seat back a couple inches or what?
No, I'll probably get him like an SUV, what they use.
You need like a Suburban or something?
No, you need like, what do they use? They don't use, Suburbans are too big. They use this,
Tahoe.
I don't even know if they use Tahoes.
Here in Colorado,
They use like Jeep Cherokee size, I should say. That type of
here
size?
in Colorado, it's the Tahoe. It's the Chevy Tahoe.
Well, I mean, you're in Colorado. Yeah, whatever. All you gotta do is
All right,
you gotta take the seat out and just bring it back.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy you arrested. Got to go in the back, man. You're not gonna have much leg room behind him.
That's right. That's right. He's cramped. The guy's all.
Oh my
balled
God!
up. You don't want to be tall and get arrested by that guy.
All right. What do we got here, Lance?
People that have cancer. This is kind of a big deal, and it's FDA approved. I'm not saying it's widespread yet. It's very new. So believe it or not, you've heard the stories about ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and mebendazole and people with parasites and otherwise. But this is a cancer treatment where they don't cut you open. They don't poison you with, of course, chemo, and they don't burn you. Excuse me. And it's FDA approved. They aim sound at the tumor, actual ultrasound waves that literally shred cancer cells without touching the healthy tissue next to it. It's called histotripsy. Craziest part, patients walk out the same day asking if anything even happened. No incision, no pain, no downtime. Just a robotic arm focusing sound waves so precisely they create microscopic bubbles inside the tumor. And those bubbles and those clouds that rapidly expand and collapse, mechanically breaking apart the targeted tissue while sparing nearby healthy structures. And then the body does its thing and it gradually clears away the destroyed tissue over time. So this is FDA authorized for treating certain liver tumors. I don't know about if everybody's suitable, but if you know anybody that's facing cancer, it might be worth asking. Maybe you can become part of the early studies. And I guess around 90% tumor control at 12 months.
Wait a minute.
Treatment zones shrinking over time. Most people feel little or nothing afterward.
Wait a minute. Don't they usually do the studies before they approve it? FDA approved?
Well, this is for liver so far, and you might be able to get a study. What I read is that there might be studies for other locations of tumors like brain, lung, and others. Right now, it's focused on the liver, but it does not mean that other tumors this couldn't be successful for. So you might be able to get into some of the early studies. Let's play the clip.
Interesting.
These ultrasound waves have been shown to destroy tumors without a single incision. If you don't believe me, patients walk out the same day wondering if the procedure was even done. It's called histotripsy, and it works like a precise sound sniper targeting only cancerous cells. It's pretty nuts. Imagine getting treated for liver cancer without chemo, surgery, or radiation. And that's what makes this new technology revolutionary. The procedure uses a robotic arm that sends focused ultrasound waves directly to the tumor. When these waves converge, they create tiny bubbles that rapidly expand and collapse. This bubble cloud rips apart cancer cells while sparing healthy tissue just millimeters away. And check this out. Recent data shows a 90% tumor control rate after just 12 months. The treatment zones shrink by 83% over time. Most patients ask if the procedure was even done because they feel nothing afterwards. There's no pain, no incisions, no downtime. Pretty awesome, right? Now, the FDA approved histotripsy in 2023 after University of Michigan researchers spent 20 years developing it. This technology might soon not just destroy tumors, but transform them to make immunotherapy even more effective. Imagine a cancer treatment that doesn't destroy your body to save your life. Comment WAVE and I'll send you more details.
Oh boy, you know, Big Pharma's got to be like, no, not this. No more chemo, no more meds, all that crazy stuff. I mean, you got to think.
The time we got left. Let's hit this story, man.
If it does it for the liver, why wouldn't it do it for anything else?
Exactly.
All right. Trump assassination, Air Force One. This is just, remember I said it yesterday? That he's in Turkey and, you know, Iran, man, it's close by. They could just try to bomb him and stuff. Well, reporter just pressed Trump over his decision to take Air Force One back to America instead of the Qatari plane. And what I'm confused is if the Qatari plane is not fully equipped like Air Force One, why the hell is Trump even on it? He shouldn't be on it, no matter where he goes.
The countermeasures on the earlier Air Force One are much more sophisticated, and I guess they're working on the install for the countermeasures on the new plane. I agree with you. He's probably flying it because it's much nicer. I'm sure the Qatari plane is just beautiful, but he shouldn't be on there without the countermeasures.
And this is like Secret Service should have never allowed this. Shame on you.
Let's play the clip.
For doing this, because that's just crazy. Bastards.
Stephen Nelson from the New York Post. I'd like you to address speculation that you're leaving Ankara not in the new Air Force One because of security concerns involving Iran. You've spoken today twice about them possibly assassinating you and possibly being successful. Did that concern have something to do with it?
Well, I speak about it a lot because, you know, the life of a president is very dangerous. It's 5.2%. You know what a race car driver is? 1/10 of 1%. A bull rider, that looks pretty dangerous to me. It's 1/10 of 1%. No, it's 5.2% is you don't make it. You should have told me. You're an excellent reporter. You should have told me that years ago. Maybe I wouldn't have run. It's a very dangerous profession. No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number one on. I like being number one on TikTok better, but I'm number one on the list for killing.
Yeah, I still, you know, he should never be on that plane, no matter where he travels, whether it's in the United States or wherever. If he ain't got the countermeasures where it's supposed to be, then he shouldn't be on it. And, you know, but that's, I don't know if it's his ego or what, but I mean, thank God he went on the other Air Force One. Okay, you got a clip here, right, showing it? Here we go. All right. Just keep praying for Trump's safety and his health and that everything always goes well. But I have a scenario for you, and I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're a flight student. You're learning how to fly planes, right? You're in a plane with your flight instructor, and your flight instructor decides to jump out and commit suicide while you're in the air. Think about that. Well, that just happened in Argentina.
Wow.
The flight instructor just jumped out. They found his body in the field. They went looking for it. Here's a 22-year-old student. She don't have much flying hours, but she landed safely and did a great job. She kept her cool. Good for her. But the flight instructor was 42 years old. Why did he kill himself? I don't know. But, I mean, can you imagine that? What? That would suck. But then you get to have the plane to yourself. Yeah, it's got to take a lot. You got to be effed up in the head or going through a lot to just jump out of a plane to free fall to your death.
Pretty awful. Awful way to die, too.
What?
All right, listen, if you love the show, you know what to do. Leave us a comment, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe. Do what you can. Take the short form, take the long form, share it far and wide. And, of course, follow us on social media, G Valentine on X, Lance Miliaccio on The Big Mig Show. Don't forget to join The Big Mig Show community on X. We're always looking to grow that. And here's the deal. When you leave here right now, go to your favorite podcast platform, find The Big Mig Show, follow it, share the content, give us a couple of comments. We're trying to grow this on every platform. That's Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, you name it, we're on it still. We still haven't been thrown off. And, of course, you can find us back on YouTube. We're trying to grow that channel. So hit a follow. Even if you watch us here on Rumble, give us a follow on YouTube. Same thing on Locals. All those follows, all that support, all that content sharing, it all matters. We appreciate Rat Dog. Thanks for being here today, and so many others there in the mods. And, of course, everybody that's a subscriber. We love you guys, and thank you so very much. George.
Oh, it's Thursday, right? It's Thirsty Thursday. You thought I forgot, right? I don't forget. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I think Schwartz-Rooney's coming on, Dr. Mike Schwartz.
Oh, that'll be great.
So, enjoy the day. I got to go up on a roof and do more work. Get my work on my tan while I'm working. Peace.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
In a world of uncertainty, be prepared with Silver Prepper Bars, your ultimate hedge against political instability and economic turmoil. Introducing the Silver Prepper Bar, crafted from 0.999 pure silver and proudly made in the USA. This tangible, divisible asset can come in handy even in the toughest of times. Portable, perforated, and easily tradable, the Silver Prepper Bar is your lifeline in times of crisis. When facing inflation, currency devaluation, and financial meltdown, Silver Prepper Bars provide peace of mind. Don't wait for disaster to strike. Secure your future today with the exclusive Silver Prepper Bar, the only silver bar on the market divisible into 3 different size pieces for maximum utility, all while fitting in your wallet. Don't leave your future to chance. Order your Silver Prepper Bars now at prepperbar.com. Silver Prepper Bars, ready for whatever tomorrow brings. Order now.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit warriordogfoundation.org.